Hello, I'm Jacqui Duran. Welcome to Tuesday training day. I want to welcome you all. Welcome you all to one of the few final Tuesday training chats we're going to be having in 2015. So for those of you who have not followed along this year or new to my channel, in the beginning of 2015, so the very first week of 2015, I made a commitment that I was going to do a weekly live video chat, which is what you're watching tonight. So every single Tuesday, I have missed two Tuesdays is what I've missed. I did have some technical difficulties here and there. I actually have Google Fiber as my Wi-Fi here at home. I totally think that my light bulb is burning out because I swear it's like flickering every so often. Squirrel, got distracted. So my commitment was to do a weekly training live video every single week because I thought, well, that will give people the opportunity to chime in, to be able to ask questions in real time. And my team, when I started in January, I only had 6 team members at that time. And even though they were all local, all 6 were local to me. We all worked different schedules. Some of us had kids. Some of us had, work and other responsibilities, things like that. And so it was very hard. I was always trying to put together like, hey, let's meet for coffee, or hey, let's do a happy hour, or hey, let's do this. And you know how that goes. It's just, it works for 2 people, but it doesn't work for everybody else. And so I had thought about it. How am I going to try and make this work? So I went with the live Google video because I knew it would also be available for playback. So that way it would fit into everybody's schedule, right? If they couldn't make it live, they could watch via playback. So that's why I originally started this series. And obviously we're rolling 2015 to an end. So, you know how it goes when you get to the end of the year, you start looking back going, okay, I gotta start thinking about next year. What do I need to change? What worked well for me? Things like that. So it's just so super hard for me to sit here and go, oh my gosh, almost every single Tuesday, except for 2, I did a live video and I did it. And I fulfilled the commitment to me. So even if nobody watched any of my videos, it was my commitment to me. So it gives me some satisfaction. It gives me some peace. It gives me some accountability for working my business. And you know what? It worked in some shape or form. It worked. I started out in January with 6 people as a lead consultant. We are now officially at the middle of December. It is December 15th. I am a superstar consultant and I have a team of 25 and a goal to be a director in the next 3 months. That is my personal goal for me. So for those of you who have followed along this year or are just starting to follow along, feel free to go back and play catch up to those videos. I make no promises on video quality. Like I said, the video quality, I was using the standard webcam on my laptop, which is not, I love my HP, but darn it, they just don't make the greatest standard webcam. So you might have some video quality issues, and then there's a couple weeks where it just went wonky. Like, I think I remember one time, like, my battery died, and it was, yeah. So anyway, that happened. So I want to thank you guys, though, for, like I said, if you followed along with me, or if you're just joining and just starting to follow along, thank you. Thank you for hitting that subscribe button. If you haven't yet, please make sure to do so, because me, myself, and I, over the last 3 to 4 weeks, I have really been thinking about how I want to reboot for 2016. So I've got a really good concept in mind. My husband is working with me to help kind of make that concept become reality. And so I have lots of fun, good, exciting stuff planned, and I am fully intent on kicking it up a notch. So if you're subscribed, you're in luck. If not, you need to hit subscribe so that way when the magic begins, you are ready to go. Feel free to share these videos if you find any of my tips, things like that helpful. Obviously, I do not mind. I'm putting it out there in public forum. But please remember, I am not Scentsy Corporates. I am an independent Scentsy Consultant. So I always refer you, if you have specific questions, to get with your sponsor, with your director, your upline. And if all else fails, you can always call consultant support. You can find that phone number on your Scentsy workstation. So they're always there to help you as well. So tonight, what I wanted to do, because tonight we were talking all about Scentsy Consultant basics, and I thought it was a really good way to kind of start to end December and get ready to jump into January. Because for those of you watching, maybe you might be new, maybe you're thinking about joining, and even for those of you who maybe have been a consultant for a while and you were like me last January and December, January, and you were like, you know what? I am ready to kick my business into gear. Okay. So if you're ready for an update, if you're ready for a reboot to your business, where do you go? You go back to the basics. So that's what I wanted to kind of touch on today. So I thought that was kind of a good topic for everyone, depending on where you're at in your journey. It does not matter. Okay. Even the turtle wins the race. Doesn't matter how fast you get there. It's the whole point of getting there. Okay. Keep that in mind. Don't ever compare your journey to someone else's, because I got stuck in that rut for a while, and I'd see all these people just like shooting up and promoting all over the place. And I'd sit there like, oh, I'm such a failure. I'm not a failure. I just have a different journey than those. And everybody's journey is unique. Everyone's journey is going to be different. So please don't compare yourself to everybody else's. So let's start out. I wanted to start out. The first thing I wanted to touch on tonight was the Consultant Basics 101. We've kind of done a Consultant Basics 101 before, but I thought I'd do a quick screen share of the workstation in and of itself. So with no further ado, oh, I almost forgot. If you're watching and the title of this video says wearing fuzzy socks, do you want to know why? Show you. Because I am wearing my fuzzy socks. Can you see my fuzzy fox socks? My fox socks? Yes. I have a thing for fuzzy socks. I like the fuzzy socks. They're comfortable. But however, actually I'm gonna need this because we're gonna be doing a screen share. I went to the store with my 14-year-old son, and we were doing some Christmas shopping, things like that. And of course I saw the fuzzy fox socks, and I was like, oh, gotta have the fox socks. So I'm looking all around for the fox socks, and my son was having none of it. But you know what? As a parent, those are the moments that I actually relish. I'm like, this is payback, buddy. You are going to walk around with your mom who was shopping for fox socks today. So he was rather embarrassed that I did that, but I flippin' love my fox socks. So I like to point them out to him every time I wear them. All right, so let's do a screen share. Are you ready? Are you ready? Yet again, have not yet hired a personal assistant. So it is all me. All me. Okay, people. Hold on, I'm going to try something really quick, guys. All right, I'm not exactly sure what that just did, but hopefully you're all still there. Okay. Do 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 do. Hold on. I'm getting there, peeps. I promise. Hold that thought. We're working. The donuts are being made. Okay. So you've got your home tab, okay? Home tab, home tab, home tab. So you just joined Scentsy. Now what? The first thing that happens when you join Scentsy is you get instant access to your workstation. I think that is probably, excuse me. I think that is probably one of the coolest things ever with Scentsy. Simply because, you know, your starter kit is going to be making its way to you, right? It's processing, it's going through shipping, it's making its way to you, but it's not yet here. So what do we do in the meantime? That is when the workstation comes into play. Because even though you don't have your starter kit, you can actually jump in and start working your business right away. Guys, you do not need your starter kit. Now, it obviously enhances your ability to do a lot of things, especially a home party, things like that. But, you know, you can still start getting yourself familiar with everything going on. So one of the few things that you guys need to do is check out your resources tab. So we're going to click on the resources tab here. And if we come over here to recent categories, or resource categories, it gives us another drop down. Click on that and it will say new consultant information. And if we go here, what you're going to find here is you've got the quick start guide. So it just kind of goes over a very quick start. The shooting star enhancement kit. So it gives you an idea of that you can earn within your first 15 days. You have your PDF version of the consultant guide. This will be coming in your starter kit, but again, you can go ahead and read the whole full thing right from here in your workstation. This actually gives you the fairs and show guidelines. So if you plan on doing events, fairs, things like that, that's a really good document to read. And then down here is where it talks about the monthly subscription and fees. Now, when you first join, you do get your, what we refer to as the PWS. So your personal workstation or website. Sorry, personal website. Yes, personal website, PWS. Because what that is like, for example, mine is themeltingpot.scentsy.us. So that is my PWS. It's my personal website where people can order, where people can join my team. For the first for the first 90 days as a consultant, you get that for free. Awesome sauce. Then after that, it is a $10 fee to keep that going. Now, some people, and one of the most frequent questions I get asked is, you know, do I really need a PWS? Well, I think you kind of do. And that's simply because with your website, the thing with the website is that this is the only place that people can actually join your team. Unless, the only caveat to that is if they have already been a consultant and they've been inactive and they want to sign under you. So they're signing under a different consultant. Then they have to actually go through consultant support. But for everybody else, if they have never been a Scentsy consultant before, this is literally the only way they can join your team is by going to your website. You can't log on to your workstation and add someone to your team. So if you are interested in building a business and recruiting and building that team, you need to really put that investment back in. It's $10 a month. Trust me, it is worth it. Usually whenever Scentsy does any kind of a flash sale, anything fun like that, it will be on your personal website only. Okay, so those are things that you can't order through your workstation. Another great thing is obviously when you're setting up parties for hosts, things like that, you can give them direct links. If you go under, let's look at my open parties. I've closed the majority of them out. So I have one open, but normally at the beginning of a month, I'll have multiple here. And so this is where, like, if I was doing a party for Andrea, it would say, you know, I usually put it as their name. And then that way it kind of helps their guests who are shopping under their party just to click on that to shop. Because the point of that is because when you're setting up a party, obviously you want people to go to that individual link and order there, because otherwise it's not going to count towards that party. So it's very important to do that. And that also helps your guests and your hosts be able to get those extra outside orders in. Another good thing is when you have your PWS, Scentsy automatically sends out a newsletter for you every single month. The first Wednesday of the month, the newsletter will go out to anybody who is in your contacts tab. So, you know, there's a lot of benefits to this. Again, if you want to be able to say, hey guys, go visit my website, you can browse the catalog, different things like that. So it truly is worth the money. I highly, highly suggest it. I really, really do. The other thing you're going to want to look at is the news tab. Obviously, this time of year, this is the best place to be looking, because when we have anything that's on back order, things like that, we want to be checking those, because a lot of our holiday items, you know, they are only while supplies last, and we want to know if something has sold out. We want to know if something's on back order. So you can see here some of the different things that we've got on back order. They're going to be coming off of back order fairly soon. We still have some of the shave soaps that are to be determined down there, but the majority of these guys are going to pop back on and hopefully be available to us. I did notice, obviously, the car bars came off of there. Oh, yay. I had only ordered a 6-pack of them, and I ended up, I ended up giving a couple away to team members. I used one, and then I think I gave 1 or 2 to some hosts. So maybe 1 to a host. So I haven't really been able to try them out, so I'm very excited to have those back. But so this is a really good place that you're going to want to go. Let's see here. What do I want to show you? Oh, the very most important part. Okay, training center. See up there in the upper toolbar. So where you log into your training center. Every single Tuesday. So if I'm going to hit register for an upcoming call, every Tuesday. So here's the one that was today. Actually, they don't have the next ones laid out, and they might actually be on hiatus for the holidays. I forget. But I can sign up there. But if you look under new consultant, this tab here, it's going to give you links to launch party, workstation, social media. Like, let's click on workstation here. This is a really, really good one to click on, because you'll see that, you know, we don't have to reinvent the wheel, guys. So if you guys have consultants who are joining your team, you're getting new team members, this is where you need to be directing them. And this is where I want you guys to get familiar with as well, because you'll see, you know, it goes over the team tab, the idea share, the workstation order tab. That is one of the biggest things that I try and push people to look at. If you're working mobile, if you're only working from your cell, that's a really good one to watch. Contacts tab, navigating the workstation, setting up your PWS, your personalized website. So again, great things here. So while you are waiting for that starter kit to arrive, this is the tab that you should be looking at. Again, this is your training center, okay? Remember how we got there? We got there from right up here in the upper toolbar. This is what I refer to as the upper toolbar, okay? So you've got that up here. Here's your regular toolbar down here, okay? So you got lots of stuff going on there. Another thing that I will suggest is really getting in here. Really getting in here and simply playing, okay? I want you to simply play with things, because I say that because honestly, you cannot break this, okay? Do not let this intimidate you. Get in here and start putting in some fake orders. Do a test party. Just, start clicking on things. Ooh, what happens when I click on this? What happens when I click on this? What happens if I click over here? Fill in different kinds of things. Play around with it. See how it works. You're not going to accidentally order something, because unless you put in your credit card information, nothing's going to actually order and go through a process. So you can do this till your heart's content. Click on everything. Just familiarize yourself with the workstation, because honestly, this is, again, what I call, this is your back office. Okay, this is where all the magic happens. And so this is where we want to be the majority of the time, is in our workstation. This is where we're going to find out all the latest and greatest news. We're going to find out what's going on. We want to be able to have that information at our fingertips, okay? All right. So we went over that. Okay, I'm going to hop back. Hello. All right, I'll put you back up here so you're not like, don't be right in my face or anything. Okay. All right, next up on the agenda, sharing the Scentsy love. You guys know I love sharing the Scentsy love. So I want you guys to consider starting a sample club or creating a mailing list for people who you want to mail samples to. The best way, I cannot say this enough times, the best way to really introduce people to Scentsy is to have them experience Scentsy. They need to experience it. It is all in the Scentsy, okay? Make yourself up some samples. If you're just starting out, it does not have to be fancy. You don't have to have the postcards and everything. You can go to Walmart. You can go to the dollar stores. You can go to your craft stores. You can buy these little bags. They don't have to be a certain particular size, just whatever size you want them to be. Makeup samples. I get some molds that I get at the craft store. I spend like $1.97 on them or something, and if you were to use a 40 or 50% off coupon, you just melt your wax down, you pour it in a mold. It's wax, guys. It's wax. It's pliable. Or you can just get a butter knife. You can get a little fancy wavy cutter. You can cut them up into pieces, but just make up some samples and pass these babies out. You want people to truly experience it. I can smell the sample through the package, okay? Smelling it through the package. So consider doing that. Again, it doesn't have to be fancy when you're first starting out. I do not want you guys to sit there and like go all out. Okay, not until either you're able to fit it into your regular budget, or B, when you really start building your business and have that extra commission that you can kind of put back into your business to do those kind of things. Because that's not, I didn't start out like doing postcards and doing the whole 9 yards. I did not. I would use the flyers that came in the Scent of the Month Club. When I could enroll in that and sign up for that, I would just send out the flyer, and I would send out a sample in one of those little bags just stapled to it. And that's how I would mail it out. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. Okay. But if you have the expendable budget, if you've got the extra money and you want to kind of bump it up a notch, by all means, go through Vistaprint, Staples, whoever you want to go through, order yourself some postcards and make them up and personalize them to you. You can even print them at home. If you've got a printer and a computer at home, you can hop on, you can make yourself lots and lots and lots of fancy stuff just in Microsoft Word, okay? There's lots of cool stuff you can do. But your starter kit will, if you don't have any wax, like if you truly like don't have any Scentsy, then your starter kit will come with some wax, so you can use that to start with your samples. But remember, guys, it does not have to be just because it's the scent of the month. That's the only thing you can do. I try and mix it up a little bit, especially for new customers or potential team members. When they're just introducing themselves to Scentsy, I want them to get a wider variety. So I will sometimes send out what I like to call a little swag bag or a little sample bag, and send it out with some different scents in them so they can kind of get an idea of the different scents and actually try them. Okay, that's the key part, is getting them to try them. But that's how we kind of share the Scentsy love in my world. I do highly suggest, again, if your budget can afford it, to at least subscribe to the Scent of the Month Club. And you can do that by going under the account tab there in your workstation, and you'll see it over on the right hand side, and it will say enroll in Scent of the Month kit, I think. And you enroll in that, and that's so today, as a matter of fact, mine shipped out. My warmer of the month shipped out. It's set to deliver on Friday. OMG, I'm so excited. Friday. I really hope it doesn't get delayed. So I get to see the warmer and the scent of the month for January on Friday. Fingers crossed it arrives in time. I'm so excited. So I'll be sharing that with you guys as well. But, you know, being able to subscribe to that really helps you not only have those scents available on hand to be able to make those samples, but it allows you the ability to use those as host gifts, things like that, especially when you're first starting out. Because again, what did I just say? It is all about getting them to experience Scentsy. So you want them to be able to experience Scentsy. If you have an extra warmer and you're willing to loan it out for a week to somebody to try Scentsy, loan them a warmer for a week and say, you know what, I'm going to drop this off today. I'll be back next Friday to pick it up. Here's a bar of wax. Try it out for the week. You let me know what you think. No strings attached, right? No strings attached. 9 times out of 10, when you go back and pick that thing up, they're either A, not going to want to give it back to you, and they're going to say, can I have this? Can I buy this? I want this. Or they're going to say, oh my gosh, all right, I need to order a warmer and I need some bars. I promise you. Recruiting. So when we're talking about just getting started in your business, or being fairly new to your business, or restarting your business, it doesn't matter where you're at in the journey, but recruiting should always be on your mind. So I don't want you guys to think that just because you just joined 2 weeks ago doesn't mean that you shouldn't be recruiting yet. I don't want you to be intimidated to be able to go, oh, well, yeah, I'd really love to build a team. Yeah, that's my goal is to have a team, but you know, I don't want to start recruiting yet because, you know, I don't really know enough yet. Come on, guys. How well do we know each other by now? Okay, it doesn't matter. None of us have all the answers. None of us do, especially me. And I will be the first one to tell you, I do not have all the answers, but I guarantee you that I will reach out to somebody. I will ask somebody. I will call consultant support if I need to. If one of my team members has a question that I just literally cannot answer, I will figure it out. Or we will figure it out together. And that's one of the great things that I think when you're just joining is, you know, you need to be spreading the word that, hey, you are the new consultant on the block, right? You are the new Scentsy consultant that all your friends, all your family members, all your coworkers, your neighbors, everybody knows it's you. You. So when you're spreading that word, you're going to be wanting to spread that excitement too, right? You're excited. You're starting your new business, or you are restarting, you're rebooting your business, right? You want to build that excitement. People are going to feed off of your excitement. So whatever level it's at, that's what they're going to feed off of. So again, just because you're just starting out does not mean that you shouldn't be looking to try and pass that opportunity on to somebody else. Because again, I think having somebody who has joined around the same time that you have really kind of gives you a built-in partner in this whole thing. So you have somebody that you can lean on, you can work together with, you can sit down and brainstorm different ideas. And it is somebody who can also kind of keep you accountable, right? You can check in with them, once a week or whatever, and be like, hey, what'd you do this week? What'd you get done? Oh my gosh, I got it. I closed my first party. I'm so excited. And what's that going to do for, the other person? It's going to push them a little bit more to try and work it a little bit more, right? So I think that positive motivation and positive competition in a way, even though competition isn't quite the right word I'm looking for, but just that, because we're not competing against each other, but it's that natural spirit within you that wants to try and strive for more, right? You're like, oh, she did it. I totally can do this now. If she can do it, I can do it. I'm doing it now. It gives you that personal motivation. So it's positive reinforcement, triggers, things like that will help keep you accountable and keep you working your business. Go for it. I am all for it. You definitely want to make sure that you are starting a list of people that you can share the opportunity with. Okay. Offer to meet them for coffee, for appetizers. If nothing else, just to share your excitement. Let them know, hey, I just joined this new business. Do you have like 30 minutes on Friday that we could meet and just get some coffee? I really want to share it. I want to tell you about it because I'm really excited about it. So just this simple act of sharing your excitement is going to build a little bit of intriguement and excitement for them as well. So even though it may not have been something that they were even considering, they're going to be sitting there listening to you talking all about, oh my gosh, this is what's going on. This is how you do it. Oh my gosh, my starter kit came today. This is awesome. I'm totally in love. This is blah, 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 blah. And they're going to be like, oh my gosh, that sounds really cool. Don't be afraid to share that opportunity, no matter how soon it is that you joined or how long it's been since you joined. Okay. Let's talk about working the calendar. Working the calendar. We are in the party business, people. We party for a living. In Scentsy, we party. So whether that's a party, whether that is a bag party, whether it's a Facebook party, whether it's a home party, whether it's an event, a show, a fair, what have you, you are partying. Okay. So we want to start working on getting your calendar booked. Now, in your starter kit, you get your new consultant guide, and there is this wonderful handy-dandy thing called the list of 100. And what it does is it basically is a tool. It's a brainstorming tool for you to sit down and start brainstorming people that you know. Because when you just think of it off the top of your head and somebody says, hey, how many people do you know? And you're like, all right, I work with 5 people at work. Got like 3 neighbors I talk to. I have like my 4 or 5 friends that we hang out with every so often. So yeah, that's kind of all the people I know. It's totally not. The list of 100 will help you brainstorm to really branch out. And before you know it, you're going to have a list longer than what you ever thought you knew you really knew. So use that list of 100. It's a great tool. Your first party, when you do book your first party, it can feel very intimidating. I was very intimidated at my first meeting or my first party, but don't let it intimidate you because you know what? You own this business. Okay. You are an independent Scentsy consultant. This is your business. You have a passion for Scentsy, so you just need to share that passion for Scentsy. As one of my most common phrases that I always say is, I don't sell Scentsy, I compliment Scentsy. Because Scentsy, really, it sells itself. All I do is talk about it and share my passion and my excitement for it. That's what draws people to Scentsy, okay? I am not the car salesman. I will never claim to be the salesman. You will probably never see me on that top sale list for Scentsy, okay? I'm not going to be there. I'm just not. I'm not that person. And that's okay, because my business succeeds even without having that, right? It's a proven system. Consultants, one of the most popular questions that I get asked is, do you have a script for parties? And I will tell you, I do not have a script for parties. First of all, I don't write a script for parties. I will usually do like a practice run through. I don't anymore because I've been doing parties long enough. But because I'm going into my 4th year, January 20th will be my 4th year as a consultant. So I've been doing some parties for a while. And so in order to do those parties, what I actually have to do, what I actually had to do was I actually practiced before I went for a couple of those first parties. And it really helped me out. And I thought, oh my gosh, I'm going to need like notes, right? So I did. I totally wrote up like this list of, you know, oh, I need to make sure that I say this. And I found myself more or less using it as a crutch. And I don't want you guys to use it as a crutch, because I honestly want you guys to do it in a more natural manner. So when you set up your table, okay, you're going to set up your table with everything that came in your starter kit. And if you happen to have something that you personally had with Scentsy, you can, you know, throw it in there too if you want. Don't ever go overboard on a home party. You don't want to intimidate people and be like, oh my gosh, she's like bringing in like 5 things of luggage here. What the heck is going on in my house? You don't want all that. So just bring the essentials that you're going to need. You can go through it. And basically what I end up doing is I use the things that I've laid out as kind of a guideline for, oh yeah, I need to talk about that. I'll always make sure I put a buddy out in a scent pack so I can talk about the Scentsy buddies. Now it's the diffuser, making sure that I take my diffuser with me so I can talk about the diffuser, and take an oil with me so I can see how that kind of works. Same thing with a Scentsy. So usually I will take the ones that I have in stock that are more eye-catching, right? Like my cream tulip shade, or my tiger's eye warmer, or the one that we currently have out now, the forest meadow with the etched core wrap, or the etched core with the forest meadow wrap, right? Ones that kind of catch your eye and you look at them and you're just like, oh, that's so pretty. Bali is a great one. Oh my gosh, I love taking that thing to parties. So just use that as your trigger to kind of go through things. And trust me, when you do that, people are going to start talking, and it never, ever, 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 ever fails. Ever fails. The majority of the time, they're going to be wanting to smell your testers. They're going to want to hear you talk and kind of do a little bit of talking about Scentsy, maybe answer some questions, give them kind of an overview. But trust me, the sooner you push those testers out into the room, the sooner they're all just going to dive into them. They're going to be smelling. They're going to be passing back and forth and be like, oh my gosh, I love that one. Ooh, do you have another one? Is there another like apple scent in here? I want an apple scent. I really like that, but I want something stronger. You're going to spend the majority of your time talking about the scents than you are anything else. And what I have found is when I'm talking about the scents with them, when they're digging into the baskets and they're really going through it and they're enjoying it and having a good time, that's when I work in a lot of my key points, and I will share my little tips, or, you know, hey, well, don't, you know, remember that a really easy way to clean out the wax of your warmers, like maybe they're looking at a, you know, thinking about a plug-in for their bathroom, whatever, is taking a cotton round and putting it in there, letting it soak up, and then just wiping out the excess when it's done, because it will soak up all the wax. You don't have to worry about unplugging it and dumping it out, wiping it, or anything like that. Just throw a couple cotton rounds in there, you're good to go. Little things like that I will throw in while they're talking. So I'm still getting my points across, but trust me, they're having more fun with those testers than they are listening to me. It's just the way it goes. So just let it kind of come naturally is my point and all of that. When you're looking for your very first host, I suggest reaching out to your family or your close friends, because those are the people who truly care about you, hopefully. But even if they aren't truly sold on the idea of Scentsy or you doing Scentsy or what have you, just be like, you know what? Hey, would you mind inviting like 2 or 3 people over? I just want to come. I need to be able to practice. Can I do that with you? Would you mind if I did that with you? It will not only help you get a little bit more comfortable talking about it, you'll feel more in like that safe environment, right? You're with people you know, you don't feel, intimidated in that respect. And you'll just kind of get more of that flow down. So if nothing else, it's just purely practice, okay? But those are the people who, and I say this from experience, who you never thought were going to like Scentsy, end up finding something that they like about Scentsy. Working that calendar. So in order to start booking those parties, I do suggest trying to what we call front loading your calendar. So trying to book those parties closer to the beginning of the month, because that way, if somebody cancels, if the party busts, if nobody shows up, what have you, you still have the rest of the month to try and figure out, how can I make something happen with the rest of this month? Because trust me, it happens. I can't even count the number of times that I've gone to a party and no one has shown up. It does happen, but that's okay. It's okay. I don't want you guys to be afraid either to reach out to your sponsor or to your director for help. And then, of course, networking, because whether it's following me on YouTube, following some of the other amazing ladies out there on YouTube, we've got some great channels out there, guys, with great resources, much more than what we have now compared to when I started. There was only a handful that were out there, and they weren't all that wonderful at the time. So, yeah, I found some. Yeah, I was able to get some info, but trust me, we are a growing breed out there on YouTube. So feel free to reach out. And, I know those of us who are very big into getting the YouTube videos out there, trust me, we are all about helping you guys and being able to try and be a resource as much as we can for you. But, again, I always suggest going to your sponsor, going to your director, going to your upline, and then you can always get a hold of consultant support too. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the family. If you are new or just starting out, Scentsy is truly a family. I honestly have never experienced anything like this. I work for a major health system here in the Kansas City area, and I will say we have a great culture at my work, and especially at our main campus of the hospital. It's a culture. You can walk down the hallway and people smile and they nod and they tell you hello. People that you don't even know. Okay, you could be walking by the CEO and they will smile and say hello to you. That is the culture that we cultivate at my day job. Scentsy, for the most part, you're always going to have some bad eggs in there. And if you run into bad eggs, what do? You just run away. Okay, run away. Don't get caught up in any of the drama, but it does happen. But you need to be trying to reach out and networking with the people that you connect with. So if it's not your sponsor, if it's not your director upline, then again, there's people like myself, there's other consultants and directors out there who will open up for you and share what we're doing and be our best to try and give back to you the things that we're learning, the things that are working for us in our business, the things that are getting us moving our business forward. So don't be afraid to do that. Definitely one thing I suggest is reaching out to your sponsor or to your director and asking them about the Facebook groups that your team may or may not have. I think the majority of teams anymore at least have one Facebook page. I know me, myself, for my team, so everybody under me, I have a team page. And that's literally for anyone who is on my team in and of itself. My director has a page that anybody could go to if they wanted to. My superstar director has a Facebook page that I will add people to because there's a ton of people in there from all across the country too. And so you're able to kind of meet and get ideas from different sources. And these are reliable sources. The Facebook groups within your personal team, hopefully, are very reliable, trustworthy sources of truth when it comes to your Scentsy business and kind of staying in the loop of things, okay? It's also a really great place, at least within my culture for my team, is, I kind of open it up as, hey, this is a safe area for you guys to ask questions. There are no silly questions, okay? I started out on day one. I had a lot of questions, and I felt so silly when I would ask one because I'm like, oh, I'm going to ask this question, and these people are going to be like, oh, she is so silly. I mean, does she not know? And I felt ashamed almost of asking questions, and looking back, I'm like, why? Everybody else started at the same day one that I did. So I kind of have the policy of there is no silly question, ask away. Because trust me, if you haven't seen that question asked before, that means either A, somebody was too scared to ask it, or B, it has been asked, but it's just been too far long ago that they've asked, and it's not even, close in the feed at all in that page. So don't hesitate to do that. But I truly, 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 truly encourage you guys to network out with some people, because I can tell you that some of my best friends are people I have never met, and I only know them because of Scentsy. But those people encourage, motivate, and inspire me on a daily basis. And I truly, my business would not be where it is at today if it wasn't for those people. It wouldn't. I am forever in their debt. I really am. But you, as you are joining Scentsy, or as you are getting ready to join Scentsy, you are a business owner. Own it. Work it. You are a business owner. This is your business. Very briefly, I wanted to touch on the holiday schedule. So, this is probably a really bad time for me to talk about it because I am super stressed out about Christmas being in 9 days. I don't know about you guys, but I'm pretty sure you guys probably have stuff to do around this time of year. I recommend scheduling your time to accommodate it all. I really do. I don't know where I would be without the calendar on my phone, because I just don't. I don't. I have a lot going on at my day job. In fact, tomorrow I am doing training with a class for the majority of the day. And then I wanted to kind of be able to give my staff something fun to do. So we are all going out to lunch together. We're going to take an extended lunch. We're all going to go out to lunch and just kind of have our holiday luncheon. I think it's going to be wonderful, and I'm really looking forward to it. But, we've got stressors this time of the year, guys. Let's just be honest here. We're friends. I feel that we're good enough friends by now. we've got a lot of stressors this time of year, whether it's money, whether it's family, whether it's just, the holiday in general. We don't have loved ones near us, or we have loved ones that are not with us any longer. It can just be a very hard time for a lot of people. So I think by being able to have the compassion to reach out and be a true friend, especially this time of year, is very important. So if you personally, wherever you're at, again, in your journey of your business, if you feel that you need to take that personal time, take that personal time. You are your own boss. Don't be afraid. Don't feel like you're failing. Don't have those feelings or thoughts, because you're not. Okay. As a business owner, that's the beauty of being a business owner. You're the boss. You're the one who gets to say, I'm open today, or I'm not open today. Or you know what? The week of Christmas, I am not open. If you have a Facebook fan page, just put it out there. Bam. Jacqui is out of the office, and I will return on January 4th to assist in any of your Scentsy needs. If you need anything in the meantime, feel free to email me at jduran1313@gmail.com. Do you think that that's going to be the message on my page? Heck yes, it is. Maybe not to those dates, but that's going to be the message on my page. Why is that? I'm the boss, guys. I get to set those hours that I'm going to be working. And during the holidays, I'm going to be bluntly honest with you. It's family time for me. It's a huge time of year for family for me. So I got to do what I got to do. I encourage you to do what you have to do. Okay? What works for you and what makes you happy is just going to be able to give you time to center, time to refocus. We're coming into a brand new year, guys. Okay? We've got stress from the holidays. You might have the same stresses like I do with your job during the day. School, work, kids, family, money, whatever it is. Take some time to recenter yourself. Reset. Reboot. It's okay to say, you know what? I'm going to take this entire day and I'm not going to touch one electronic device. I have to physically move it out of the room from me because I am type A. I've got some other issues to where I have that obsessive, compulsive desire to check that email, to go ahead and get some extra work done. But you know what? Let me just break it down bare bones for you. No matter if I stay up until midnight, whether it's doing some Scentsy work or whether it is logging into my day job work and doing that to get caught up for the next day or the week or whatever, I can tell you from experience. When I go back into work the next day, or when I work my Scentsy business the next day, really not any farther ahead than what I was, where I could have just taken some time for me to reboot and come at it fresh and ready to go. So I suggest that for all of you. From me to you. So if you need to schedule your holiday time for your family, schedule your holiday time for your family. Don't be shy. Do not be shy. This is your business. Work it how you want. Please remember that the holiday shipping cutoff is December 18th. December 18th. The dates for Mexico and for Canada have already expired. When I dropped off an order this afternoon, I guess it was earlier this afternoon. I took an early break from work to be able to go deliver some Scentsy. And I was letting them know as well, hey guys, here's the deal. Okay. Yes, the shipping deadline is like the 18th. I don't recommend waiting that long just because I don't want a nail biter at the end. I certainly don't want that for my customers. I don't want it for me. It gives me more stress. And trust me, I'm good on stress. I got enough. I'm good. I don't want any more. So I kind of told them, here's the deal. The 18th is the day, but I mean, if you want to chance it, we'll chance it. I have absolutely no problem doing that. But I'm still doing my regular weekly Friday orders. So if it's for your regular everyday Scentsy needs, all you got to do is let me know. I'm still going to be putting those orders in. My business doesn't change because of the holidays. I'm still doing my regular stuff. Okay? I just got a lot of more stuff going on with it. But remind your customers of when that is. So whether it is, if you're going to stick with the 18th and do the 18th, do that. Just remind them. If you're going to stick with a different date, just let them know. Put it out there. If you need to post on your Facebook, whatever you need to do, get it out there. So in closing, your business is your business. Be you. Be authentic. Be genuine. Don't try and be something that you're not. Be you. People are going to relate to you better as you. Your friends, your family, your coworkers, your neighbors, whoever it is that you're going to be talking Scentsy to, they know you. And they're going to know if you're reading a script. They're going to know if you're being fake, if you really don't like it, but you're really trying to sell them on it. Trust me, they're going to see right through you like a mirror. They're going to know. So just be honest. Be open. Okay? But most of all, share that Scentsy passion. Because you joined Scentsy, or you're thinking of joining Scentsy, or you are still a Scentsy consultant for one reason and one reason only. You at least have some passion for Scentsy and the products that we have. The money and the commissions that we make are an added bonus. The friendships that we make through Scentsy, priceless. I hope this has helped a little. We have 2 more Tuesdays in the year 2016. So I've got the agendas coming up. So next week, I think next week is going to be all about organizing. No, not next week. Next week I haven't quite decided on. But the last Tuesday of December is going to be about office organization. So I very well may be taking my Surface, walking you around my office, and just literally showing you how I do it. Because I think being organized is going to save you time, which in effect ends up saving you money. So I'm all about it. So there we go. Another Tuesday in the books, guys. Cannot believe we are so close to the end of the year. We're so close to the end of the year. I'm totally freaking out about it, but I'm just going to breathe. Have a great rest of your week. Rest of your week, if I can spit it out. Don't be like me. Don't stress about the holidays. Don't forget the real reason for the holidays, and enjoy. Get done what you need to get done. Get those orders in before the 18th if you want them back by Christmas. So make sure you're doing that. And I'll talk to y'all again soon. Peace, love, happiness. Bye.